Alright, here we go. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective instincts working. Then, through a wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. I think I already found a contradiction. Here's what I'm thinking, right? Somehow I always knew a day like this would come, so... The autopsy report. Death due to loss of blood, 1 knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Alright, I didn't. I thought the stab wound was to his stomach. It's not, it's to his chest, so her testimony sounds rock solid. He died between 4 p.m. and 5:30. Loss of blood from a chest wound. Alright. So let's push her. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted, given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much was merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against the prosecutors? I thought I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. This boyfriend? He's a detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunch, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the 2nd level so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective instincts working. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like, how would you say... Oh yes, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's instincts, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. A young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets, a greenhorn. I, of course, am hard, yellowed, sharp as a tack. I bet you stink, too. In any case, there, in the lot, I feel something stirring in the back of my mind. Then, through a wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was. Ooh, rubble, 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 rubble. Huh. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you were sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always complain. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me? I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. This is my first time seeing this photograph. You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. Huh? My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Crime photo has been added to the court record. Huh. Uh-oh, that's unmistakably Lana Skye. So, what was the defendant doing at that time? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Hold on, I want to look at that photo. Photo doesn't show her holding a knife. It does look like there's blood all over her coat, though. It's hard to tell because the black and white photo. Okay. Hold it! My dick, grab it! Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 10 centimeters long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are by nature well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg, I mean a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor? So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. What the hell? I pressed her on everything. I don't know what to do. Is it going to say the same thing when I press? Let's see. How'd you know? Yeah, it stays the same. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. It's the same, so what do I do here? That means I have to... I'm going to have to present some kind of evidence. Let's look at these plans. So she claims she was in B. And she saw all this happen in A. Through the fence. She couldn't have seen it if she were in any of these places here. She could only have seen it if she was standing right there. But even then, if she was standing right there, wouldn't she be obstructed by the car? She wouldn't have a clear view. Even the photo she took wasn't a clear view. Okay. See, the photo, it's a side view here, but you don't see a knife. I also don't see a body. Huh. Anything else that could help me here? I don't think so. Traces of victim's blood, no prints. One knife wound died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Wait a minute. Wound was caused by a 12-centimeter knife. A single stab wound was found. She had testimony that it was a 10-centimeter knife. Huh. I don't know what this means. This note seems to have no significance yet. Alright, hold on. I sensed something was perhaps finally... Alright. Saw a wire fence. I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust into the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Huh.